welcome back to another edition of Raw out of 10, right here on the Wrestle Debates. Now with positive cases of coronavirus swooping through WWE at the moment, can they put on a half-decent show with less than half a roster, or will it be like SmackDown? Let's find out. The show opened with Sasha Banks, Bayley and Asuka brawling in the ring in front of the contract signing table, and Samoa Joe was hosting. The women were separated, but when Joe began to talk, brawl broke out again. Dolph Ziggler's music hit and interrupted the chaos before introducing Drew McIntyre. As everyone was finally seated again, Ziggler said he took credit for McIntyre's success, and then they had a little argument like they do in kickoff shows, and then it all broke down again. This was alright, but the main payoff is later in the mixed tag team match, so I'll talk about it then. Big Show then entered the ring and called out Orton, but Andrade, Garza and Vega interrupted. Garza and Andrade questioned Show's status as a legend before Ric Flair's music came out and said that Orton would deal with him soon enough before telling Andrade and Garza to have some fun before they could attempt to attack the Viking Raiders. The music hit and we went into the match. Andrade and Garza got the win after Garza tagged himself in from Andrade and hit the wing clipper to get the win. After the match, Garza celebrated in the ring, whereas Andrade just went straight back to the back. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Don't mind this constant feuding, even though they're supposed to be a tag team, and it built it well, so I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next up, Ninjas. This was a very short match between Tozawa and Truth for the 24/7 title. Truth avoided a bit of a ninja fire-up moment from Tozawa before faking a knee injury. He then ducks behind with a schoolboy to retain the 24/7 championship, using decapitation, if I can speak, to beat a ninja. Tozawa's ninjas attacked and tried to take the title back, however Truth escaped. Call me a goof, this made me laugh. 6.5 out of 10. Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio then exchanged words for the 55th millionth Raw in a row, and Seth Rollins said he'll end Dominic's career. Then Black and Carrillo came out to beat up Murphy. Not sure where Theory was this week, but who knows. But then we went into Humberto Carrillo and Aleister Black losing to Seth Rollins and Murphy via pinfall. This was quite a hot tag team match, to be honest. The finish came when Rollins hit a stomp on Carrillo for the 1-2-3. Afterwards, Rollins and Murphy tried to carry out an attack on Murphy and Carrillo. They tried to stomp Carrillo on the steps, I believe. They couldn't do it first, and eventually they managed to do it. That was kind of it, really. Overall, I'm going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. It was alright. I didn't mind it, but it's just getting a bit repetitive now, and I think this feud needs to develop a bit, to be honest. Peyton Royce v Ruby Riott after they argued backstage earlier. Royce attacked Riott's arm early, hampering her offensive output. Ryan worked through it, but her comeback was cut off by a bit of Billie Kay distraction. Royce followed up the distraction with a corkscrew brainbuster for a quick victory. What was the point? 5.75 out of 10. Bury Ruby Riott, who's great, and the Iconics get a pointless win. Next up, we got a 2-on-1 handicap match. Big Show defeating Andrade and Garza. It was much of the same as what we saw with the Viking Raiders early on, really. Big Show had the upper hand earlier on. Then Garza took the upper hand and got him off his feet. Andrade tagged himself in. They argued. Garza went off. Big Show won with a chokeslam. Why was this necessary? Is what I have to say. 5.75 out of 10. We then got MVP v Apollo Crews. Before the match, MVP ran down Crews again, saying how bad he is, and if he joined MVP, then he'd retain the US title. But now I guess we're going to get Lashley facing him Extreme Rules, and then he'll probably win. After avoiding a big boot from MVP, Crews hit a big spine buster on MVP. Moments later, Lashley provided a distraction allowing MVP to knock Cruz from the top rope and hit a big fisherman suplex. Rushed into that, but that's basically how the match went. I'll give it a 6.25 out of 10. Don't mind the programme, just worried about Cruz to be honest, and I hope he retains, even though it won't look good for Lashley. After the match, Cruz attacked Lashley before Lashley put him in the full Nelson until Ricochet and Alexander came to break up the hold, which led to Lashley v Ricochet, and basically Lashley got absolutely slaughtered, and yeah, it finished with a full Nelson. I suppose it was a good TV match, but why are you doing this to poor old Ricochet? He got hardly any offense in when the match progressed, so for that reason I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10. Then it was the main event, McIntyre and Oscar v Banks and Ziggler. The two men put on some good action, countering each other and playing into the idea they know each other very well. With 4 excellent in-ring competitive action, it did click quite well to be honest. When Banks and Oscar entered the ring. Eventually this led to Oscar getting in the ring and delivering a kick to the head for a 2 count. After some brief back and forth between the women, Banks locked in the Banks statement. Oscar then locked in the Oscar lock, and Banks managed to reverse, using the hold to pin Oscar's shoulders to the canvas for the 3 count. And this was a good match, to be honest. So I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10. I mean, the show just wasn't very good. It just feels rushed, and if they've got a limited roster and they're running out of ideas. So for that reason, I can't really give it higher than a 6 out of 10. But that is it for this video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to the Football Zone. Subscribe to the F1 Journal. Link to Twitter in the description below for daily wrestling news. And leave a comment about what you thought about Raw. That would be good. Thanks for watching. Peace.